Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Explanatory. While the whole country is focusing on the Lok Sabha elections, which are slated to begin on April 19th, an innovator and education reformist who inspired the movie Three Idiots and immortalized the character of Amir Khan as Ranchhod Das, aka Phunsukh Wangdu, 57-year-old Sir Sonam Wangchuk is on a 21-day hunger strike demanding and reminding the Bharatiya Janata Party government on their promises made to the people of Ladakh and fulfilling it. His hunger strike has reached the 16th day and his health has been deteriorating, and sadly this matter seems to be a no-show for mainstream media. In today's explanatory, we will take a look at what those demands are and why is it that Sir Sonam Wangchuk has urged the common people of India and the world to save Ladakh. Following the repeal of Article 370 in August 2019 and the subsequent enactment of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, Ladakh was recognized as a separate union territory without legislature. UTs like New Delhi and Pondicherry have their own legislative assemblies. When this was pronounced, the people of Ladakh were in jubilation and had hope that they could now begin a new journey in a region of their own. But as time went on, this hope was slowly starting to fade. And in the month of February this year, Ladakh witnessed a widespread shutdown as thousands participated in marches advocating for statehood and constitutional protections under the 6th schedule for the Union Territory. The protests were jointly organized by the Leh Apex Body and Kargil Democratic Alliance and saw men and women marching through the main city of Leh despite freezing temperatures. Ladakh has a population of about 300,000, and even though this might seem less, they have their own rich cultural history and have a very special and intimate bond and relation with their environment. The LAB and KDA, representing the two regions of Ladakh, have been advocating for statehood and 6th schedule status since its conversion into a union territory. In August 2021, LAB and KDA joined forces to amplify their demands. Protesters raised slogans calling for Ladakh statehood, the implementation of the 6th schedule of the constitution, and the establishment of separate parliamentary seats for Leh and Kargil districts. Residents of Ladakh expressed dissatisfaction with prolonged bureaucratic rule in the union territory and asserted that only full statehood, enabling them to elect their representatives to govern the region, can meet their demands. In January 2023, the Union Home Ministry established a high-powered committee headed by Minister of State Nityanand Rai with the objective of ensuring the protection of land and employment for the people of Ladakh. PTI reported that representatives from Ladakh have submitted a memorandum demanding that a Ladakh Public Service Commission be put forth, citing the limited opportunities for students in Ladakh to secure gazetted posts due to the absence of such a provision. And on February 24th this year, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs held the first meeting of the subcommittee in New Delhi on the issues of Union Territory of Ladakh, the outcome of which was described as positive by representatives of Leh Apex Body and Kargil Democratic Alliance, due to which the LAB and KDA suspended their agitation till next meeting. The representatives of Ladakh then, on March 4th, 2024, met Union Home Minister Amit Shah, but the meeting did not result in any positive outcome, after which Ladakh witnessed a shutdown and a protest rally on March 6th, calling for granting of statehood to the newly created Union Territory and its inclusion in the 6th schedule of the Constitution. It was during this protest that environmentalist activist, education reformist, innovator extraordinaire and Ramon Magsaysay awardee Sonam Wangchuk kicked off his fast unto death protest from Leh, Ladakh, where he addressed a gathering of hundreds of people at 3,500 meters above sea level, announcing that his protest would take place in stages of 21 days each.
Today, on the 6th of March, I will be sitting on fast unto death, which will happen in stages of 21 days each, extended as necessary. 21 days because this happens to be the longest fast that Mahatma Gandhi kept during the independence movement of India. And I want to follow the same peaceful path that Mahatma Gandhi followed. I am Sonam Wangchuk, reaching out to the people of the world from the Indian Himalayas, a place called Leh in Ladakh, at 3,500 meters, 11,500 feet.
In this episode, Hornbill TV has used clips from Sonam Wangchuk'S official YouTube page to give an insight of his message and also a reminder to the present government about the promises made to the people of Ladakh and respectfully demanded that such promises made by the BJP be fulfilled. Speaking from Leh, he underlined two appeals in his address. Ahead of the protest, an appeal to all people to lead simpler lives and a direct appeal to the government to fulfill its promise to include Ladakh in the 6th schedule of the constitution and give statehood for the region.
Now, this is what the people here have gathered to demand and appeal to the government of India to fulfill, not actually a demand, a promise that the government made to the people of Ladakh. Ladakh, when it became a union territory in 2019, the issue before the people was how now can we safeguard these mountains from business sharks, from mining lobbies, from industrial lobbies. Luckily, to our safeguard came the government of India and the ruling party, the Bharatiya Janata Party. So, with all wisdom and great thought, the government of India promised us to safeguard this region in the 6th schedule. Here, their promises appeared in their manifestos of the election in 2019, which re-elected Prime Minister Modi. The political party of Mr. Modi, Bharatiya Janata Party, kept safeguard of Ladakh under 6th schedule in the top 3 promises in the manifesto. So people of Ladakh were very, very assured that we are in safe hands.
Environmental activist Sonam Wangchuk also emphasized that the fragile ecosystem of Ladakh was seeing environmental degradation. Our glaciers are melting at a very rapid rate, which is causing droughts and flash floods. Very soon, many of us will be climate refugees, he expressed. Now, the 6th schedule under Article 244 of the Indian Constitution, which the people of Ladakh are demanding and have been promised, provides for the formation of autonomous administrative regions called Autonomous District Councils or ADCs. ADCs are granted autonomy on legislative, judicial and administrative matters within a state. They can have up to 30 members with a term of 5 years and can make laws, rules and regulations with regard to land, forest, water, agriculture, village councils, health, sanitation, village and town level policing, etc. Now, coming back to the environment and 6th schedule, the stress is on ADCs can make laws, rules and regulations with regards to land and forests.
Our glaciers are melting very fast, causing droughts and flash floods alternatingly. Very soon, many of us will be climate refugees, and we must protect this. To protect this part of the Himalayas, the Tibetan Plateau, which is often called the 3rd pole, it is a responsibility not just of us in Ladakh, but the entire population of planet Earth.
Further towards the end of his address, he said, after many meetings, the government has backtracked on its promises and is talking of a much diluted version of what is already in the constitution for the exact situation. So what happened and why did they change their mind? Wangchuk said, pointing out that the Bharatiya Janata Party-led central government had mentioned the protection of Ladakh under the 6th schedule in their manifestos for 2019 Lok Sabha elections and 2020 Ladakh Hill Council polls. Now, according to the 2011 census, Ladakh had a population of 2.74 lakhs, which in terms of number could be a small size to provide statehood. But Sonam Wangchuk had reiterated when Sikkim became a state, it had roughly 2.50 lakh population and Ladakh today has 3 lakh population. When the government's intentions are right, they can do things, and when it is not, they can get away with excuses, he said. Ladakhis feel it is like a colony and commissionerate for some faraway places come and govern them. They have no democracy, no voting rights to elect their representative to an assembly. It is like a colony in the olden times, he said.
And now, after many meetings, the government has backtracked on its promises and are talking of a much diluted version of what is already in the Constitution for exactly this situation. There is no need to invent another article. There is exactly what Ladakh needs, the tribal indigenous people of Ladakh need. So what happened and why did they change their mind? Our speculation and the statements of many leaders from the opposition say that this has happened because the industrial lobbies, the mining lobby, the business sharks have been putting pressure on government of India to keep Ladakh open for all their exploitation of mining and all such activities, which can be very, very dangerous in such a fragile area where all the glaciers of the world, of Asia, are. And therefore, there is a need for everybody to raise their voice to just remind the government of their promise.
Sonam Wangchuk'S 21-day fast unto death has reached its 16th day, where the innovator looks frail yet headstrong, and even in that state, Sonam Wangchuk has said that he has not lost hope on this nation.
I am not sure our voice has still reached the Prime Minister, because I really believe that he believes in truth and justice and will still keep his promises. I have not lost hope on this nation.
There have been many instances in the country where great eminent personalities have resorted to fast unto deaths for a greater cause. To take the names of few, Mahatma Gandhi, who is the inspiration behind Sonam Wangchuk's form of protest, too performed fast for a greater cause. Well, in terms of Nagaland too, there is an agitation going on for the creation of a frontier Naga territory, which the ENPO have time and again made it clear that the government had promised for the creation of a separate entity for eastern Nagaland. With the elections approaching and the time being ripe for promises, are promises trustworthy in today's time? And especially by leaders that are elected by us, is something the voters could think about. But we hope that guarantees remain guarantees, and hope Sonam Wangchuk's reminder serves as a reminder to all of us. And in the end, one question lingers: is all really well? And that was all for today's explanatory. For more explanaries like this, keep watching Hornbill TV. Goodbye.